A few months ago, the local motoring public was witness to the return of the iconic Volkswagen brand to Philippine shores. The momentous event held at the Ayala Triangle was highlighted by a grand exhibition of the Volkswagen models that are slated to be available soon in the market. After a short time settling in, Volkswagen held its first media destination drive, which is what we are going to show you in a very short while. And for the attentive viewer, keep an eye out for the activity during this event, which somewhat signifies the Volkswagen brand sailing into the Philippine waters. Stick around and you will see what I mean.
Now is the time, and the people's car is once again back in the Philippines. Volkswagen, the popular car maker from Wolfsburg, Germany, recently set up shop in the country, and their presence introduces another German alternative in several car segments. The humble people's car label, however, is not one to be taken lightly. Now chock full of modern technologies and state-of-the-art engineering, it's safe to say that the people's car has come a long way. The Volkswagen brand announced their arrival at the grand event a few months back at the Ayala Triangle in Makati. This time, however, the group would embark on a very momentous occasion, the first destination drive for lucky members of the motoring media. The group arrived bright and early at the new and state-of-the-art Volkswagen showroom in Bonifacio Global City. And after a few minutes of registering and settling down, the participants assembled to listen to the itinerary for the day. During this time, the different cars to be used were also mentioned, namely the Tiguan, Turan, and Touareg.
What we hope is that we give you the joy of driving, because as our tagline says, we feel that our cars are really engineered for play. So there's a seriousness in it in terms of engineering, but also there's a playfulness. And so we hope that you will be able to experience that yourself. I'd like to invite everyone to come to our showroom here in Volkswagen BGC, Bonifacio Global City. It's the people's car, and the time is now for you to come in, experience our cars, and feel free to take a test drive, because it's in the test drive that you will be convinced that it's really a car to own and a car to have.
After the brief introduction from the hosts, the participants gathered outside and were ready to take off. The destination for today would be down the SLEX, past Tagaytay, and towards Taal, where the vehicles could demonstrate their prowess in both the highway as well as the twisting mountain roads of Taal. On the way, the group took time to relax for a cup of coffee at Starbucks Tagaytay, and a little later on for lunch at Canyon Woods. Using all diesel variants, the Volkswagen vehicles used this day didn't convey any of the sluggishness or heaviness that is oftentimes synonymous to a diesel car. The cars were light and nimble, and they delivered sufficient power on response. On the highway, they provided enough passing power for drivers and passengers to feel safe and confident behind the wheel. And on the steep ascents and descents of the mountain roads, the integrated hill climb assist and hill descent features, which are part of the car's modern technology, inspired confident driving among all the participants. This was especially apparent as the group arrived at their main destination. They arrived comfortably at the Taal Lake Yacht Club, where everyone would have a chance to get out on the placid waters and feel the rush of being on a wind-powered vessel. According to the folks at Volkswagen, the sailing event is significant because they want their particular models from Volkswagen, the Tiguan, Turan, and Touareg, to be associated with the outdoor life. We at Sunshine Television totally agree with this strategy, as the cars are definitely built with the outdoors in mind. We take the insight a step further that the symbolism is strong with this event, as the Volkswagen brand is sailing into a new chapter of its life as a car maker in the Philippines.
Well, we just announced our entry into the market last September 28, and we're just began delivering the units this week to the customers. So in the coming months, especially next year, expect some new models coming in from Volkswagen, especially our icon model, the Beetle, and of course the gasoline-powered models are coming in by next year. I'd like to invite all the viewers to our dealership. We have our dealership located in Global City, right adjacent to Serendra. And we have our first service center located in Sheridan, Mandaluyong.
With everyone safe and back on land, we took the time to interview some of the participating media to get their thoughts on the cars and on the event as a whole. For many, this was their first time to say like this, and proved to be a very unique experience.
We've tried the 3 units of Vox, and we're surprised on what these cars can do, especially on uphills and on downhills.
Well, I got to drive the Touareg and got to ride in the Tiguan, and I came away pretty impressed with these 2 cars. The only Volkswagen I've ever driven was my Combi when I was still in high school. These new Volkswagens are completely different. They don't have air-cooled engines, but they have the new generation common rail diesel engines, and they perform very well. They felt like gasoline engines, that smooth, that quiet, and the ride quality was perfect also. It's a German brand, so it might have its own, it'll probably have its own market compared to the Japanese and Korean brands. It'll probably slot in between the higher-end Japanese brands and the more expensive German luxury brands, but it should find its own niche also.
It turned out to be a one-of-a-kind experience, being behind the wheel of these Volkswagen vehicles and also on the boats on Taal Lake. As the group finally made its way back home, enjoying a last look at Taal Lake from Tagaytay, it was clear that this was a day that would not soon be forgotten.
The 3 available Volkswagen models in the country right now, the Tiguan, the Touareg, and the Tauran, performed exceptionally during the test run. The tight turns and open roads were a great way to showcase the nimbleness of these diesel-powered vehicles. We're more than excited for the rest of the Volkswagen stable to arrive sometime in 2014. The sailing activity surely was fun and a great way to associate the brand with the outdoor lifestyle and sailing into welcome waters. Congratulations again to Volkswagen Philippines. We truly did enjoy this one-of-a-kind event and appreciated the fine craftsmanship of your vehicles. We are looking forward to future test drives with you, especially with the iconic Beetle coming in the early 2014.